our group had the arcade game, and we decided to make a pinball machine. And with a pinball machine, we decided to have the theme of penguins in the Arctic. So that was pretty cool to make. We started the design process by looking for inspiration on the internet through YouTube, websites, anything like that would appear with homemade pinball machines. After getting a general idea of what we wanted, we eventually started to make sketches. After making sketches, we realized we would need to make a little more than just the cardboard. We had to 3D print some parts, and doing that, we used SolidWorks to make the pre-plans for the building.
Our pinball machine operates on a 2-layer design. The bottom layer is a simple piece of cardboard which is tilted at an angle, so when the marble falls through a hole from the top layer, it rolls down naturally. The top layer is the main part of our project. We launched the marble into the main play area of the pinball machine using a 3D printed cylinder that pushes the ball forward. To add interaction, we also used a bumper system, which is a 3D printed bumper, and it's connected to a piece of cardboard, which we can manually pull and push to hit the marble and keep it in play. We also created additional obstacles and holes using cardboard to make the game more challenging. And when the marble falls into one of the holes, it drops through the bottom layer and rolls to the end where we can pick it up and put it back into the top layer to play again.
I'm going to be talking about the challenges and the solutions of what we had on the pinball machine that we've made called Penguins. So the initial problems, how we initially started off the project, we made all the parts for the 3D print. Once we finished making all the parts and we tried to assemble it, we've had issues installing the rubber bands on the actual pins and the levers, and it wasn't working. But as soon as we figured out how big the parts were actually, we ended up using those parts as some sort of a resetting for yourself, so you can play the game and you can reset the entire project as you want.
And I'm going to be talking about some advice that we would give to the next year's freshmen. Firstly, I have that you guys should meet up with your teammates very frequently, if not regularly, just so that everyone knows what part they're going to be playing with the project, whose role is what, who's buying the materials, who's actually putting it together, or contributing to putting it together. And that also helps with keeping up with what's due. Another thing we have here is try to get the materials as soon as possible. It is an issue we ran with this year. So yeah, just try to get the material as soon as possible. It helps a lot with the actual building process. That means you have more time to actually work on the project. So yeah, just think early on how you're going to get the materials, and just make sure to abide by the budget you're given as well. Just make sure you're keeping track of the things you're buying, and that you're not going over the budget. And lastly, we have try to utilize the school resources. That includes the maker spaces, workshops around campus, which should be fairly easy to find. This will help save time and money. We personally use the 3D printers at the makerspace at Hill Library, so we definitely recommend that. And just make sure that you have your CAD designs ready by the time you're at the makerspace if you're going to 3D print stuff.